If you're new to freelancing, then you should know that it's very difficult to find new clients, whether it's through freelancing platforms or through direct clients. Now, I have been freelancing for over 4 years now, and I've already put in 10,000 hours of work. So today I want to share with you the lessons that I've learned so you can reach your goals faster than I ever did. I will also explain how I was able to get my foot in the door as a beginner with no experience. And I'll also talk about how I managed to retain these clients for years. Additionally, I want to share my plans on transitioning from an intermediate freelancer to a high-skilled in-demand freelancer. Now let's get to it. The very first thing that I did was skill reflection. So I had to identify if my skills were in high demand. So what I did is I sat down and I listed all the skills that I think I'm good at, and I tried to figure out if these skills were in high demand. Everyone has skills and talent. So if you're good at graphic design or video editing, you can offer these skills to clients. Initially, I didn't think I had any skills, so I had to take a different approach. I tried to figure out what I currently had or what made me unique. So for me, it was my healthcare degree. So I started offering medical transcription to potential clients. And back then, there was no AI to convert speech into text, so I had to do everything manually. However, as technology advanced, so today, I think that skill is no longer in demand. So if you wanted to break into medical transcription, that skill is no longer relevant. So if you are in that position, what I did is I had to figure out what other skills that I have that were in high demand, especially in the current market. So during my reflection again, I kind of realized that I enjoy the creative side of things, namely graphic designing and video editing. To me, it was a form of art. So the key thing here is to start reflecting on the skills that you have, whether it is your current degree or something that you are interested in. So for instance, if you have a veterinary degree, so think about other skills that you enjoy doing or skills that you already have. So let's say you love writing, so you can take a look at other content creators or other courses that offer copywriting, and this way you can learn that skill and become a veterinary content writer. And the next thing I learned is that this may be a controversial topic and many won't agree to this, but if you are a beginner, it is no doubt that it's very difficult to find your first client. So personally, I kind of opted to price my services low and gradually increase my prices as I gained experience. So to put it into perspective, on Upwork, it took me 33 proposals to land my first client, 14 proposals to land my second client, 5 proposals to land my third, 2 proposals to land my fourth, 2 proposals to land my fifth, and 3 proposals to land my sixth client. So looking at this, it's all about the numbers game. So initially, you might not be able to work with your dream client yet. And just like me, you'll probably be trying out multiple jobs or multiple niches just to get your foot on the door. So if you are trying to find clients on Upwork, don't give up. So try to do at least 30 to 40 outreaches before giving up. And I understand that it is a lot given that on Upwork, you need to have like connects in order to apply for a job. And initially, Upwork is giving you only a few connects to start with. So initially, I started to offer $15 per hour as a beginner. And later on, I kind of like realized that nobody was looking at my proposals, nobody was paying attention. And maybe I kind of realized that was the main reason that I'm not getting any clients, because I had 0 reputations on Upwork. So they don't have any trust in me. So along the way, I lowered my rates from $15 to $10 per hour and experimented a range between $5 to $10 per hour. And after additional tries, I was able to land my first client at, unfortunately, $5 per hour. Now, I understand that that rate is very low, but my main goal there was to get my first client and gain reputation on Upwork. And once I had those reviews rolling in, I was able to increase my prices gradually. And after the next few attempts to get more clients, it became a lot easier. Now I only need to send about 2 to 5 proposals to get my next clients. However, since the connects nowadays are very, very expensive, you need to be very selective at the job listings that you're applying for. Another important lesson I learned along the way is maintaining your clients and how to make them happy. So if a client is satisfied with you and the work that you do, they are more likely to retain your services and work with you in the long run. Now, I have a client that I have been working with for 2 years now, and let me tell you that it is actually easier to maintain these clients than look for new ones every single month. And additionally, I learned that in order to avoid burnout, you need to establish a healthy boundary. This is especially regarding your availability. And as a freelancer, you work according to the hours that you specify. So if you are mentally active in the early morning or in the late afternoon, then it totally makes sense that you should work in those hours. However, your client may be in a different time zone, so you need to establish a time that you guys can communicate and align. The last thing you want to do is to have the client call you at 4 a.m. and that's a time that you are sleeping. Additionally, I also try to limit the number of meetings as much as possible. If it can be communicated through an email, it can be an email. So if it can be communicated through a Loom video, then send a Loom video. And speaking of good communication, aside from giving clients good work, another thing that makes them truly happy is good communication. One thing I realized while I was working with all of these clients is that they truly value communication. And this is the most common compliment I have received from all of them, that I communicate very well. I am able to give them updates on what I'm working on. So for me personally, I want to have an open communication, and I usually start my Mondays with a Monday kickoff email. So this is where I let my clients know what I'm working on from Monday to Friday. What are my agendas, the expectations, and what are my deliverables? And not only that, I also share a task list with them just to keep them informed. And every Friday, I send them a progress report. I call that my TGI Friday email, and I communicate with them what I accomplished in that week. And if there's a roadblock that we need to take care of, I outline what I need from them and discuss any roadblocks and how to overcome. And also, when you're discussing with any potential problems, it's not only, hey, we have a problem because of XXX. What you can do is to give them potential solutions. Hey, we have a problem with XXX. Here are some solutions that I came up with, A, B, C. Which one do you think we should do? Now, for long-term sustainability, I wanted to share my plans to transition from an intermediate freelancer into a highly skilled, in-demand freelancer. So this is what I plan to focus on for the year 2025. So I need to do a lot of marketing and get myself in front of my ICP, my ideal customer profile. And I want to use a mix of inbound and outbound marketing methods. So for inbound marketing, I will create content that resonates with my target audience, and I plan to use YouTube and Instagram for that outreach. And I recently started my Instagram account, and I'm creating content there that could reach my potential target audience. And for my outbound marketing, I plan to send out cold emails, cold DMs to potential clients that matches my ICP. So this weekly system is not yet set in stone, but that's just an idea that I came up with. However, I plan to solidify all this process as I go. And that is it. So if you're curious about what I do as a freelancer, you can watch this video next.